Hi there guys, I'm Chris Bowden.
And I'm Paul Kidwell.
And we're back once again for fun in the High Voltage Lab
Yes,
here
we are.
at the Geek Group's Leonard Street Labs.
Yes, we are.
Now, we're a month later,
We're a month later.
and we're back on the panel meter thing.
Yes.
Because you
I
couldn't make
have.
this work last time.
I found manuals.
These are like, this isn't something you downloaded off the internet.
No, this came with the original manuals.
How old are these?
I have no idea.
I had these back in the big war, I tell you
But
what.
the important thing is, it says what the jumper settings are supposed to be on
Okay.
the daughter board.
So how many different things can that meter read?
Oh, dozens. It's set up for like load banks and strain gauges and
There's no dates anywhere in here.
of course not. But I mean, each function that you can set it for has its own chapter in here for how to configure it. Process signal inputs, PT100 RTD.
Totally do that with an Arduino now.
Yes, probably. Strain gauges and potentiometers.
Okay, so what are we doing today?
Well, we already wired up a potentiometer that was in the bottom of the Variac stack.
Yeah,
It's
we
got-
did that when we first built it.
And we've got 3 wires that come all the way to here now.
That's one end, the other end, and a wiper?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Do you need this one?
No, I don't need that one.
I'll just
You can
use
put
that
that
over
over there. Anyhow, potentiometers, which is what we have. And I wanted 20 volt reading, so it told me this is the one that got me. It's like they have big jumpers that go across this way, but a little jumper that goes
Oh,
side
fun.
to side.
Okay.
So I was trying to just randomly figure it out by trying every combination, and I didn't even think to try that. But anyhow, we set it up to read 20 volts.
Okay. Now, why 20 volts?
Because there's in section 16,
Where does the voltage come from? Because you've got 3 wires and it goes to the pot.
excitation outputs.
Okay.
We have it put out 10 volts.
So
And our
it puts out
range-
10 to the wiper?
No, it puts out 10 across the potentiometer.
Okay, so one side's ground, one side's 10 volts.
And the wiper goes from 0 up to 10.
Okay.
All right. So this is
And then you can just calibrate an arbitrary 0 in the unit.
well, this is a cool meter. You can set all kinds of things. But here, these are the jumpers that set the 10 volt output.
Okay. Where's the funny matrix one?
That's over on this daughter board. And I have that one properly configured.
Okay.
And you can see that's jumper F, right there going this way. And then a little tiny one right there is jumper G.
Okay.
And there's another one over here that needed to be set as well.
Now this looks to be a relatively simple thing here. This is the kind of thing that one of us could build.
If you'd had the schematic for it, I don't have the pinouts for this connector here that goes to the body of this meter. It's like,
However, would we get a schematic from that? I don't know. Maybe take a picture of it with a smartphone, and boom, you got it. I mean, it's pretty simple.
getting the traces under the chips, you'd have to desolder the whole thing.
How much do these cost?
I think that's like $80.
Oh, okay, so they're pretty cheap.
Yeah, this whole meter is like $250. And in reality, if we could replace this board, they have a true RMS board. Yeah, we could measure like voltage.
And they're still in
output.
business?
They're still in business.
So we should get these guys as a sponsor.
We should get these guys. I've done enough videos on these meters
Okay.
because we use it's like it's the same as what we have.
Send me
in
the info. I'll call them up.
There's a manual.
What's that? Oh, those are the buttons. Okay.
there's buttons.
Okay, those are the buttons. I want one of these as a Simpy clock.
Probably be able to do that. Anyhow, we got the jumper set on this meter here, and right now we're reading 0. Oh,
Here, you hold the meter. I'll turn it down for you.
I can do it already. Anyhow, we're at minimum travel on the Variac, and I have it set to give us a percent output reading, and it'll be just under 100%.
It's okay. It goes just over 0. So.
Now, the way this is set up, these buttons here program the meter, and you can set the input for the type it is, which is DC volts on this with a 20 volt range, but you have a low input, which is set to 0.3 volts right now. At the bottom end of travel, I took a reading and got 0.3 volts, or about that. So I set the bottom to 0.3, and then a low reading, which is the output you want for the low value, which I set to 0.
Okay. So we can fix that The fact that it's not quite.
You could sit there and play around with it and get it. It's like
Okay.
the 3 decimal places. High end is the high, and when you're at the high end of
So
travel,
it's 10 volts.
it's, oops, I went too far there. So I said it was 9.3
Okay.
actually.
That's voltage drop across a wire. And all that.
Exactly. And then high reading, I set to 100. So we're going from 0 to 100, so it's like percentage.
And it does all the
It does.
math in real time for what is
Exactly.
where and yeah.
And there's all kinds of more settings for serial output and stuff like that. But what you're left with is a direct reading of your position on your variac stack. Let's stop it. I'll get it to 50%, or it's a little touchy, but there's 50.1.
Okay, that's
But
cool.
the nice thing about this is when you're tuning it and you get it to the sweet spot, you can note what the position is.
Yeah.
So you know when next time
Well,
around.
before you leave on this trip, go through and get that perfectly tweaked with a true 0 and a true 100.
I'm
and
thinking with the length of wire we got, I got a feeling I may wind up drifting a little, so I don't know if that's going to be all that
I wonder if temperature is
valuable.
affected.
I have no idea. It depends on the quality.
Oh, with our quality HVAC system provided by Keegs Heating and Cooling.
Keeps the temperature in this room anywhere between negative 20 and 120 degrees,
Plus rain.
plus or minus 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And with
Occasional intermittent rain indoors.
it's
as well.
condensing humidity.
Yeah, it's lovely. Keegs Heating and Cooling.
Gotta love it.
All right, so the next step's going to be mounting this.
Mounting
and all
that,
jazz.
it's angle grinder.
But that's a different video. 'Cause that's going to be a whole thing.
That somebody else can do that. It's like I don't want to put my hand
That's-
anywhere near a grinding wheel.
That's 3 hours with a Dremel. It's going to suck so bad. Yeah, I'll do it.
You'll do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, I'll mark the hole.
You're buying the cutting disc.
They got the better cutting discs.
Yeah, they got the ones.
Yeah.
You seen the new Dremel ones, the fiber reinforced?
Yeah,
We'll talk
those-
all about it.
Okay.
Well, it'll be a thing.
I have
but
some of that.
I can do that when you're not here. Get me the prints for the exact dimension. It's probably in the manual. But
It probably
yeah.
is.
All right, I'll get it set up.
It's called calipers. Just and there. You don't need a print.
I'll make the hole.
You'll make the hole.
I'll make the hole.
That'll be good.
All right, so we're gonna go into the next thing. Then.
That sounds
All
like
right.
a plan.
All right, we've got a whole day of high energy physics.
We're shrinking quarters.
Shrinking quarters. All right.
We're shrinking quarters today.
But that's it for this.
Yes.
That's a different video.
That's a different.
Okay, so say goodbye.
All right. Well, you say goodbye.
Goodbye, Paul.
Goodbye, Paul. No, do the outro.
So I'm Chris Bowden.
And I'm Paul Kidwell.
We want to remind you guys to rate, comment, subscribe, donate, go to thegeekgroup.org, get involved, be a member, come down here, have all kinds of fun, and you get to pick on Paul and me. It's a fun time. Just like all these people hanging out here. So and that's pretty much it.
That's it.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
While the bulk of Geek Group's donations come from corporate sponsors, viewers like you contribute substantially through thousands of individual micro-donations. You can donate anywhere from 20 cents to $20 or more, helping us educate and improve our community and the world. Open your mind for less. Announcing the Geek Group Kickabuck program.